The time I spent in Vietnam takes up only 2% of my life, but as is the case with most combat veterans, it takes up a much larger percentage of my brain. When I was in Vietnam and we suffered a great loss or celebrated a victory, we would sarcastically remind each other that in 100 years, no one would know or care. In today's world, it often seems like that time frame has been reduced to days. With that thought in mind, I feel required to acknowledge the 50th anniversary of the Fall of Saigon. Those of us in SOG fought a war of isolation. We had our top-secret clearances and ran top-secret operations into Laos and Cambodia, but we weren't privy to any big-picture information. By the end of 1968, we defined a successful mission as one you survived, and as far as the war was concerned, that's pretty much all we cared about. Many of us fought alongside Mountain Yard mercenaries. We formed strong bonds with them, and after we completed our one-year tour, we extended for an additional 6 months, only because we feared that an inexperienced replacement would get them killed. I happened to be on leave in May of 1969 and got to watch the Battle of Hamburger Hill on the nightly news. Had I been at the FOB, I probably would not have even heard about it. President Nixon was furious at the casualties and ordered the end of all offensive American operations in Vietnam. From that point forward, it was obvious we weren't playing to win. But to no one's surprise, SOG kept charging on like it was 1967. By the time Saigon fell, I was out of the service for almost 5 years, a few months longer than I had served in the Army. The result had been a foregone conclusion for a long time. When I was in country, I never once heard anyone talk about winning the war, which seems like a strange thing to say, but it's true. 2.5 million troops had come and gone from the shores of Vietnam. Some 58,000 lost their lives. The vast majority performed honorably. We did everything we were tasked to do, but we were never tasked with winning, so we didn't. I went about my life keeping SOG secrets for 20 years, as I had sworn to do. I never really had any big urge to tell anyone, with the exception of my World War II veteran father, who died in 1983. I wish I could have told him to this day. If you Google what was the most elite combat unit in Vietnam, the answer is unequivocal: MACV-SOG. I'm sure I'm not the only SOG veteran that takes a lot of pride in that. SOG's beachfront base at the foot of Marble Mountain in Da Nang has been turned into a Marriott resort and spa, catering to wealthy South Koreans. Ironically, due to its luxury prices, the area is no more available to most Vietnamese today than it was in 1970, when it was defended with barbed wire and machine guns. You will find my book Dawson's War worthwhile. Rather than just accounts of MACV-SOG's various missions, Dawson's War is the story of 5 men, 3 Americans and 2 Brew Mountain Yard mercenaries. I'll take you with us for a year. You'll get your fair share of gunfights in Laos, because we did. But SOG was so much more than gunfights. SOG was a brotherhood, and unless you experience the camaraderie we shared, you can't really know SOG. Through Dawson's War, these 5 men will become your friends, and like we do, you'll miss them when it's over. In the end, you'll be able to answer SOG's most asked question: what kind of men ran these dangerous missions? Get a copy today at Amazon. Hey, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps. Thanks.